am the devil, and I am here to do the devil's work.
God is dead! Now I know what it feels like to be God.
85% of the teenagers in high school have been exposed to hardcore Satanism.
Jesus wants me to live an abundant human life.
The blackest eyes.
I'm a king, man.
Fallen angels directly out of the bottomless pit. The demons of death and hell out of the bottomless pit. Images of witchcraft, dark magic, sorcery, rebellion, and fallen angels. Satan's pretty cool.
Here at Fake Ritual, Xmas means different things to different people. To some, it's about birthday cakes for the dead. To others, it's about scary red men with big brown sacks. But to me, it's about accidentally summoning a demon from the netherworld and adopting said demon as your lifelong companion. Hi, I'm Rufus Gloppy, everyone's favorite stoner occultist. This here is Demon, my demon, and we want to wish you and yours a very fake Xmas.
Hello, all you fakers out there, and welcome to episode 19 of Fake Ritual, the podcast, your guide to pop culture and the occult. I'm your host, Lucas Loppy, and here we are, our season finale, and a very fake Xmas special. Today we'll be talking about what makes this holiday so fucking weird, to me at least. We'll look at some far out traditions from around the world, check in on a few Christmas creeps whose naughty list doubles as a hit list, and I'll confess some of my favorite Xmas jams. But first, I'd like to get into what all this Xmas business is about. Now, for those of you who've been listening to the show, or have listened to even just one episode, you'll know that I grew up evangelical Christian, and a word like Xmas was a bad word. It was taking Christ out of Christmas. What about Jesus, the reason for the season? And keep in mind, these are the same people who would put a light-up nativity in their front yard. That, to them, seems like a reasonable way to honor their man god, their buff, chiseled, bearded, white man god. And yeah, I just, recently I've been thinking about these light-up nativity scenes, because I want one. I really want one. Please feel free to send any plastic nativity scenes to, maybe email me first. I'm not just going to give out my address. But anyways, thinking about these light-up nativities is just kind of bonkers to me, because you don't put that in your yard unless you're about it. You want people to know the reason for the season, and that reason is Jesus. But they kind of just call to mind, for me, that sort of weird bringing together of Christianity with consumerism that has kind of been going on, probably since World War II. This also hits really close to home. I mean, I have people in my family that would have plastic light-up nativity scenes in their front yard. Now, my family, my aunt and uncle, we'll just call them my Aunt D and my Uncle T. Every Christmas Day, we would go to their house for lunch, for Christmas lunch. Xmas lunch, sorry. We would go to their house for lunch, and lo and behold, there would be a cake. And what would the cake have written on it but Happy Birthday, Jesus? Yes, a sheet cake for Jesus. And this is, my Aunt Dee is a fantastic baker. She worked in a bakery for, I want to say, a couple decades. Her Christmas cookies are out of this world, and the sheet cake was fucking good. It's for Jesus, so it better be. But I'm sure the question that you're all asking out there is, what kind of cake was it? Well, obviously it was angel food cake. Come on. I mean, Jesus hung out with angels. Yes, it was angel food cake, but also, it was devil's food cake. It was a vanilla cake and a chocolate cake. Interesting, huh? I know, red velvet would make the most sense. Blood of Christ, kind of a missed opportunity there. Nevertheless, it was fucking both. Angel food, devil's food. And sure, you could look at this sheet cake and be like, that is just so silly. I failed to mention as well, we have the sheet cake, we sing happy birthday over the sheet cake without any sense of irony. We sing happy birthday to you, happy birthday, dear Jesus, happy birthday to you. But yes, back to the duality of this cake. And that's really what, to me, I'm pulling this out of my ass, but, isn't that kind of what I'm always doing on this show? The duality cake, yes. We are both parts angel and devil. And even I kind of look at it and I see this sort of Baphometic pluralism, I suppose you would call it, this sort of bringing together of opposites and seeing that one does not take away from the other. I mean, Uncle T and Aunt D, I am sure, never considered this, but it is mostly to bring the point home and to drape the theme upon this episode that Xmas, no more Christmas, Xmas is fucking weird. But fuck, now I just want cake.
This is a picture of St. Nicholas and his demons.
An alleged devil worshiper.
Tell your little heathens to come on out.
Is this character too scary to be in a Christmas parade?
We just wanted to know why you put up that satanic symbol.
They might have to put some kind of curse on the new ornaments.
Because that's what Christmas is about, is Jesus Christ.
Why are you trying to attack Christmas?
So Xmas, it scares evangelicals, or at least in my experience. Again, I'm speaking with authority, but I haven't believed in that stuff since high school. But Christians aren't all wrong. There are some weird, strange, worldwide, creepy-ass traditions for this time of year. So let's see what the Christians should really be scared about. Just an article called Scary Christmas, a look at the world's most unusual, creepy, and odd holiday traditions, written by Christy Somos back in December 2019. So long ago. This first one tickled me when I read it, and it's still tickling me. Cagatillo, or defecating log, is a tradition from the Catalan region of Spain where families create a character out of a log which then sits on the dining room table. The family must feed it nuts, sweets, and fruits every day leading up to Christmas Eve. That night, the family takes sticks and beats the log to make it excrete in quotes, its treats, all while singing a traditional Christmas song. I like this one. So beyond logs, there's some Just strange kind of St. Nicholas knockoffs, St. Nicholas sidekicks. Frau Perchta, a Christmas witch with a soft spot for entrails. Frau Perchta's myth stems from pre-Christian times, but was popularized by fairy tale publisher Jacob Grimm, of the Brothers Grimm, I assume. She's said to take the form of a tall, white-robed woman, or a terrifying, haggard witch with one large misshapen foot, which alludes to her ability to shapeshift. Frau Perchta is said to reward good children over Christmas, but will slit the belly of bad children, remove their organs, and replace them with straw and stones. We also have here France's Hans Trapp. Originating in the France-Germany border region of Alsace, Hans Trapp is the legend of an evil man exiled to the woods, where he stuffed his clothing with straw to resemble the scarecrow and preys on children, eating them. After being killed by a lightning bolt for his wicked ways, Hans Trapp became a companion of St. Nicholas, urging children to amend their wicked ways or end up like him. You want to get struck by a lightning bolt, kid? Fucking stop biting your nails. And then we have Iceland's Grýla and the 13 Yule lads. Yule, from the holiday. Yule, Yeah, me too, I know, I'm just not saying. Usually portrayed as a hideous giantess, Grýla and her 13 sons, referred to as the Yule lads. Grýla and the Yule lads are the bane of disobedient Icelandic children. Although the Yule lads tend to be portrayed as mischievous pranksters, Grýla was said to eat naughty children in her cave, putting them into a gruesome stew. And finally, from the same area, from Iceland, is the Yule cat. The Yule cat, or Jólakötturinn, stems from a traditional legend where a monstrous, prowling cat devours anyone who has not received new clothes as a gift by the time Christmas arrives. Naughty children who did not do their chores and in turn earn new clothes. Really weird allowance. Naughty children would have to face the Yule cat when it turned up on Christmas Eve and ate their dinner. And then the child, which is insult to injury in a way. But yeah, Xmas is scary, and it's shaping up to be way scarier than I had planned. So, sorry guys.
Hello? What are you doing?
Remember those idyllic scenes out of your childhood? Crisp winter nights, sleigh bells, crackling Yule logs? Remember those. Remember them well.
Something wrong? Honey?
I have that feeling.
Bad memory, that's all. There's nothing to worry about.
They're all a bunch of jerks. This has happened before.
Kevin has my wallet.
No sign of it.
Stay in your rooms! This is an emergency! There's an insane guest with a gun!
Merry Christmas, Buzz.
Hey, but Xmas isn't all bad. Xmas is fun too, let's remember, everyone. Remember, fakers, Xmas is fun. And in that spirit, I wanted to just, go off on some of my favorite Xmas shit. Just a little dabbling here. And I just gotta hand it to Home Alone. And namely, Home Alone 2, Escape from New York. I watched it the other day. I own it now. And I hadn't seen it in years, and I forgot that movie is so good. And, it doesn't necessarily have any occult themes or things in it, but there are some moments that stand out that are at least beyond what I feel the filmmakers intended. At least, kind of something that sticks with me. The first one being the fucking pizza when Kevin is getting in the limo. And I'm sure if you've seen the movie, everyone knows what I'm talking about. The limo driver opens the box and he says, "Your own personal pepperoni pizza, Mr. McAllister?" And the steam that releases from the box, it literally comes through the screen and hits you.
Mr. McAllister, here's your very own cheese pizza.
Like, I reeled when I saw it, and I needed pizza in that moment. So just look up the pizza scene, and if you fuck with pizza, you'll fuck with it even more. Furthermore, we have the Central Park scene, which is definitely sort of problematic in its portrayal of, those on the fringes of society, but it is shot in such a horror movie level.
Watch it, kid!
Hey, you looking for somebody to read you a bedtime story?
The most famous line being when he finally escapes all the vagrants and the prostitutes, to use the terminology of the time. He gets in a taxi saying to the driver, "Oh man, it's scary out there." And that grayed out eyed, like big cigar smoking driver just turns around and says, "Ain't much better in here, kid." A line which I am constantly repeating to myself and sometimes forgetting where it comes from. And then last but not least, the piece de la resistance, if I'm using that right, is when Marv of the Sticky Bandits, Daniel Stern's character, gets electrocuted. And this is one of my favorite tropes throughout movies and TV. He gets electrocuted, and as his scream gets higher in pitch, his hair sticks up, and then he eventually turns into a skeleton. And I die laughing every fucking time. So, if I got a movie recommendation for you Xmas celebrators out there, not Christmas, this ain't a Christian holiday, this is a fake holiday. For you fakers out there, watch Home Alone 2. Roll a doob, crack a brew, watch Home Alone 2, and just fucking have a blast. Speaking of having a blast, I got a couple holiday songs here for you before we wrap things up that I just want to tell you about and more just kind of confess my love for. And I kind of have it set up here. We got one for you naughty kids out there and then one for you nice kids out there. The naughty being Korn's cover of Kidnap the Sandy Claus from the Nightmare Before Christmas soundtrack. Anyone who, if you like the Nightmare Before Christmas and you like the songs from that, you are going to dig this one because it kind of makes the most sense for Korn's vocal stylings and the way Fieldy slaps that bass. Just do yourself a favor and fucking jam Kidnap the Sandy Claus. It's the song that Lock, Stock, and Barrel sang the kids in the Halloween masks by Korn. And then for you nice kids out there, I Won't Be Home for Christmas by Blink-182. And there is one mention of Satan Claus in it, so it does count for induction into the fake ritual realm. But it's just a good jam, and it's kind of an anti-Christmas jam. If you like pop punk at all, you'll get it. And just everybody's kind of always looking for different Xmas jams to pop on the playlist when, well, no more having people over, but when you're just, I guess, pandemic style, just sitting alone in a room with the lights off and your phone up to your ear, crying. Put on Blink-182 and it might make you cry more, but actually really apropos. I won't be home for Christmas. A lot of us won't be. But anyways, that's our show. This is my Xmas gift to you, is this episode. So be sure to follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Fake Ritual. Follow us on Twitter at Fake Ritual Blog. And you can email us at fake.ritual.inc@gmail.com. And, just have a very fake Xmas on me. This show was written, produced, and edited by me, Lucas Sloppy. The intro was provided by Will Marshall, with music in part by Johnny Arlett. And this being the season finale, I want to send out some big thanks to the people that have helped us make this year possible. Mary Jackson, Albert Hall, Nick Duarte, Maggie Lynn Negretti, Caleb Pass, Johnny Arlett, Brandon Steyer, Christina Conway, Mikey Orellano, Forrest Vinson, Brian Ganella, Olivia Kessler, Divika Peel, Kay Gerard, Will Marshall, Devin Dill, my lovely partner, Erica Adamson, and a big, big, big thank you to my friend, Francis Connolly. None of this would have been possible without you, buddy. Merry fucking Xmas. And all you listeners out there, a big thanks to you, because this has definitely helped me get through a pretty fucked up year. A lot of loss for us all. So it's helped me, and I really hope the show has helped you. And 2021, let's fuck it up in like a cool way. And I love you guys. And just a final 2020, go fake yourselves. Bye.
See you next year.